Right, a Zephyr 750, one of the first of the new year to go out the workshop. This bike has given us some grief, to say the least. It came in just for a simple carb setup, chassis service and MOT. Not running very well, hadn't run for a long time, so we thought it just need a quick carb overhaul. Take it off choke. Still warming up a little bit, but I'll just knock the choke off so it's easier to hear me. So we found all sorts of things wrong with it, lots and lots of little problems that we all thought would be causing the main issue, and it turned sort of none of them were here and there. All of these intake trunks here, the originals, had gone rock hard except one. One had been replaced, but the other three were rock hard, old, and they weren't even connected to the carburetors, they were hanging off at the back. So we got new intake rubbers, we got new carburetor rebuild kits, we put all those in. Got it started up. It ran okay on tick over, but then when you tried to ride it, it just wouldn't rev above 4,000. It was spluttering and coughing. So we sort of started doing the usual. I found on the airbox there was a hole here. The carburetor preheat system had been disconnected, that had been left out, so it was sucking fresh air in there. Thought, okay, that'll be it. Nope, still not working properly. Changed the plugs. We'd done that as part of the service anyway. Nothing we did seemed to fix it, but we kept finding faults and curing them. The airbox we found in the end had actually been cut off. So underneath the seat there was a large section of the airbox missing. Let's even show you where it should have been. Unlock that. Pop the seat up. This bit here, it had been cut off with a hacksaw there. So this entire intake section, which is important to the airbox, just wasn't there at all. So we found a second-hand one of these, we fitted it. It's got a new air filter in it as well, that was part of the service. And I was trying to put it on and realised it couldn't fit because the battery, down, which sits below it just down here, was in the way. The battery was this high. So it turns out somebody basically put the wrong battery on it. To get the battery, the new battery was too high. So to fit it on, they'd just hacksawed the back of the airbox off, which wasn't a great thing. Anyway, so we needed a new battery after that, a shorter the battery to fit. We got all that done. Still didn't work brilliantly. Still wondering why. Misfire. Now it revved through. We could rev it through to about 7,000 or 8,000 revs, but it just misfired on the way through. So the last little sort of piece of the puzzle, these HT leads underneath these, we've replaced all 4 flexible HT leads. Put the original covers with the cylinder numbers back on. Took the coils off, gave all the contacts a clean, found a couple of bad wires inside the harness, soldered a couple of bad joints, and then finally we were away. It revs and rides nicely. The mid-range on the idles, on the throttle wasn't quite as good as I was hoping, so we've lifted the needle slightly, that cured that, and now when it's riding it's a really smooth, lovely bike, which it should be. These Zephyrs do ride beautifully well. There, that's that on. It pulls really nicely, rides nice and evenly. In this weather it's not so happy when it's cold, which is why it was chuntering a bit, but as soon as it warms up it's much happier at idle. So it's going back to its own. It's had a new back tyre on, MOT while it was with us, back brake caliper freed off, and a couple of other chassis jobs, but trust me, they were the easy bit. Getting this to run properly has been a bit of a chore, but we finally got there, and that's the main thing. We've worked through it, found the problems, sorted them out, even the unusual problems. So it's going back to its owner today, and he's going to use it as a bit of a seasonal bike. He can use this one throughout winter and keep his nicer bikes for the summer, so it'll do that job very well.